What happens when a beloved wildlife warrior trades the khakis for sequins and a shirtless dance sparks a social media firestorm? Robert Irwin, son of the legendary Steve Irwin, is currently making headlines after his bold performance on Dancing with the Stars. But the attention isn't just about his moves. It's about an unexpected apology he sent afterward. Today, we're diving deep into the controversy, Robert's heartfelt response, and why this moment matters more than you think. Robert Irwin is no stranger to the spotlight. From the time he was a young boy holding crocodiles on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, to stepping into his late father Steve Irwin's shoes at the Australia Zoo, Robert has carried the legacy of wildlife conservation with grace and charm. But 2025 has brought him into a whole new world, the glitzy, high-pressure stage of Dancing with the Stars. This season has been one of the most talked about in recent years, and Robert has quickly become a fan favorite. His boyish charm, genuine personality, and surprising dance talent have won him millions of votes week after week. But in a recent episode, Robert pushed boundaries with a routine that featured him shirtless, and it sent social media into a frenzy. Now, shirtless performances aren't new to DWTS. In fact, they're practically a tradition. From professional dancers like Gleb Savchenko to celebrities like Nick Viall or Jesse Metcalfe, the shirtless routine is almost a rite of passage. But for Robert, the response was different. Why? Because Robert isn't just any contestant. He's the son of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, a man remembered not for Hollywood glamour, but for his love of animals and his humility. The moment Robert took off his shirt during the high-energy Latin dance, the crowd roared with cheers. Judges praised his confidence, his commitment to the choreography, and his willingness to step out of his comfort zone. But almost immediately, social media lit up. Fans were divided. Some praised Robert for showing a new side of himself, celebrating his growth into adulthood and his willingness to take risks. Tweets flooded in saying things like, "Robert is killing it on DWTS. Who knew he had this side? Go get it, mate." Others, however, felt uncomfortable. Some longtime fans who grew up watching Robert on wildlife documentaries and TV specials expressed shock, saying the performance felt out of character or too much for someone they still saw as the little boy who lost his father at such a young age. And this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of ignoring the backlash, Robert addressed it head on. In a heartfelt video posted to Instagram, Robert looked directly into the camera and said, "G'day, guys. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about last night's performance. I know it was a bit different, and I've seen that some people were surprised or even uncomfortable about me dancing shirtless. I never meant to upset anyone, and if it came across the wrong way, I truly apologize. My goal was just to throw myself fully into the routine, to give it everything I've got, and to trust my dance partner and the choreography. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I promise that at the end of the day, I'll always be me, the same wildlife warrior, just trying something new." That apology immediately went viral. Fans who had criticized him praised his humility. Others said he had nothing to apologize for, insisting he should embrace his growth and confidence. Comments poured in with messages like, "You don't owe anyone an apology, Robert. You were amazing." And "Your dad would be proud that you're being yourself." But why did Robert feel compelled to apologize in the first place? Part of it comes down to who Robert is and what he represents. Unlike many young celebrities, Robert has built his image around kindness, conservation, and family values. He isn't known for courting controversy. His brand is authenticity. By apologizing, Robert wasn't necessarily saying he regretted the performance. He was showing that he values his fans, that he listens, and that he takes responsibility when people feel uncomfortable. This moment also highlights the unique pressures that celebrity children face. Robert isn't just Robert Irwin, he's Steve Irwin's son. For years, fans have seen him as the boy who grew up in khakis, following in his father's footsteps. To many, seeing him shirtless on a reality dance show was a stark reminder that he's no longer the little boy they remember. He's a 21-year-old man carving his own path. Interestingly, some experts in pop culture have pointed out that Robert's apology reflects the values instilled in him by his family. The Irwins have always been known for humility, respect, and integrity. Terry Irwin, Robert's mother, has often spoken about raising her children with the values Steve held dear: respect for others, respect for nature, and always doing what's right. Robert's apology wasn't a PR stunt, it was a reflection of who he is. But let's not forget another side to this story: the DWTS stage itself. The show thrives on bold performances, shocking twists, and viral moments. Robert's shirtless routine, whether he realized it or not, gave the show exactly what it wanted: buzz, controversy, and attention. In many ways, his apology only amplified the moment, turning what could have been a one-night conversation into a viral storyline. So, what does this mean for Robert moving forward on the show? If history is any indication, controversy can often boost a contestant's popularity. Fans rally around vulnerability, and Robert's willingness to acknowledge concerns rather than brush them off may actually strengthen his connection with viewers. Already, polls show his fan base has grown even larger since the apology, and many are predicting he could make it to the finals. More importantly, this moment marks a turning point in Robert's public image. For years, he's been the sweet, khaki-wearing son of Steve Irwin. Now he's stepping out as his own man, still kind, still humble, but willing to take risks and embrace opportunities outside of wildlife conservation. This doesn't mean Robert is leaving his roots behind. In fact, in the same Instagram video where he apologized, he ended by reminding fans, "At the end of the day, my heart will always be with the animals, with conservation, and carrying on Dad's legacy." This journey on Dancing with the Stars is just another adventure, one that I hope inspires people to try new things, even if they're scary. Those words struck a chord, because if there's one thing Steve Irwin was known for, it's fearlessly diving into the unknown. And in a way, Robert's dance, shirtless or not, was his way of honoring that legacy. Analysis and context. Moments like this remind us how much celebrity culture has changed. In the past, a shirtless dance wouldn't have made headlines. But in the age of social media, where every move is dissected, even small moments can become flashpoints. Robert's apology reveals a fascinating tension. How do celebrities grow and evolve when the world insists on keeping them frozen in time? For Robert, this dance wasn't just about choreography. It was about identity. It was about showing the world that he can be more than the wildlife kid without betraying who he is. And then apologizing, he wasn't retreating. He was leading with compassion. So, was Robert's apology necessary, or was it simply the mark of a humble young man trying to navigate fame with integrity? One thing is clear: shirtless or not, Robert Irwin has proven that he's more than just Steve Irwin's son. He's his own man, ready to take risks, win hearts, and maybe even win the DWTS Mirror Ball trophy. And as Steve Irwin once said, be passionate and enthusiastic in the direction that you choose in life, and you'll be a winner. Robert's journey on Dancing with the Stars shows us he's doing exactly that.